So, very good morning, students. So, let us begin with our revision day 2. Can you just tell me what were the topics discussed yesterday? Yes. Then DMU, yes. Demand analysis, elasticity, yes. Supply analysis, elasticity of supply. With that we stop. Did we do anything else more? Sure. Okay. Now, what are the topics we are going to see today? Look at the target coverage. We are going to do cost, revenue, market structures, economies of scale, laws of production, business cycles. Of course, this cannot be taken as a separate topic. A consolidation of, kind of small important concepts from different topics. Okay, so we can have a quick revision of all this. So the procedure will be you have to first open your notebook, put today's date, day 2 revision, and whatever exercises, like as yesterday G class exercises, you have to please do it in the class. Okay, and we will have a glimpse into the topic. Where required, we will show the Bharadwaj material. Otherwise, it's the same old material which we are going to discuss. So, yes, yesterday's thing we started here. We went a little bit. Is the board clear today? What do you see? The board is clear. I think here we will have first indifference curve analysis. See, business economics, segment B. I expect you all to have more of a focus. Remember this exercise. You have to have a bit more focus, right? DMU, a very important concept. I think most of you did well in DMU test yesterday. For those of you who did yesterday, misnot segments, I suppose you noted down the misnot segment where you make mistakes. Okay, a complex set of questions. I think even this exercise you finished yesterday. Yeah, usual mistakes in supply segment. What are the important components in supply and how should your method of preparation be? And I think this exercise also you did. You were able to identify the title of the graph, isn't it? That also you did. Equilibrium analysis. The fundamental graph we had, and we had this exercise done. Okay, so let us start with indifference curve analysis. Okay, today. So look at this expected questions in indifference curve analysis. One thing is consumers equilibrium. Now you are going to do this exercise. Now put the heading as indifference curve analysis and take down these set of answer these questions. You're not going to verbally answer, you're going to write it down. Okay, indifference curve analysis was given by dash. Look at the options. Don't answer verbally, please write it. Marshall, Higgs, Samuelson, Robbins. Okay, 4 important options are there. This approach lays emphasis on measurement of utility, true or false. The third question is, indifference curve analysis uses which one of the following tools to determine consumers' equilibrium? Isocost, isoquant, budget line, all. One of the properties of indifference curve is two IC curves intersect each other. True or false? Please attempt this question. These are set of questions, and I will give you tips on this topic. Cues for the examination. Yes, come in. Have you all answered? Okay. Now look at the answer key. It's going to come. IC was given by Higgs, isn't it? Second one is this approach lays emphasis on measurement of utility. False. Remember, we may use a schedule. There may be numbers given there. That does not imply quantification of utility. Please note that point very clearly, my dear students. Here, this approach is literally based on ordering of preferences or ranking of preferences. Am I clear in that? So, measurement of utility is Marshallian analysis. He only measures utilities. In fact, you also have a unit known as utils. Yes or no? So, in Marshallian analysis, there is measurement of utility, quantification of subjective phenomenon. This was not accepted by Professor Higgs. And can you remember the name of another professor associated with this? Allen. Isn't it? Higgs and Allen. Yes, after this exercise, I'll give you some tips. Indifference curve analysis uses which one of the following tools? Look at this. To establish consumers' equilibrium. Anybody knows the answer? Indifference curve analysis. You have the tools given: isocost, isoquant, budget line, all. Can anybody give the answer? 4 options. Have you chosen anyone? Have you written anyone? Isocost, isoquant, budget line, all. Yes? Be loud. Budget line is the answer. Perfect, because isocost and isoquant are for producers' equilibrium. Look at this. See, I told you, no, the questions which are selected is tough for you. Like yesterday, as I told you. So, budget line. Look at this option C. It is not all. Remember, students make a mistake of choosing all. Remember, isocost and isoquant. Look at this. This is a producer's equilibrium chart I have given. There, this is isocost. These are isoquants. That is used in case of producer's equilibrium. But the question is consumer equilibrium. Now, after this, I'm going to give you some tips which you have to note it. Okay. Then fourth one is, one of the properties of indifference curve is two ICs intersect each other. True or false? Tell me loudly. I want a loud answer. No, it is false. Now, see, from indifference curve, kindly note the tips from the indifference curve. Okay. So I'm topic indifference curve analysis. From what we have given, who gave the approach? So I am telling you the repeated questions based on the exercise we did. Okay. What approach does this follow? These types of questions you have to be prepared. Okay. Third one. Is there a quantification of utility? Is there a quantification of utility? Okay. And here you have computation. If at all you have a numerical segment, it is computation of MRS. Next one, you're going to do that exercise. Next slide is this exercise. So I'm giving this as numericals. Oh. Okay, and then properties. Properties is a very important segment. Yes. Now, this is how you have to prepare this topic, like questions. Who gave this approach? Professor Hicks and Hallen. What approach does it follow? Ordinal approach, which is ranking and ordering. So here, there is no quantification of utility. Marshallian utility analysis, which is based on cardinal numbering. That is where you can use the term quantification. Can you understand this point? And computation of MRS, you're going to do that exercise. Properties. Can you recollect the properties quickly? I think we had some 8 or 9 properties, if I can say. Can you just list out quickly? Whatever comes to your mind, we'll just go. Yes, come. Cannot intersect each other. Yes, good. Then, each indifference curve represents a particular level of satisfaction. Higher the indifference curve, higher the level of satisfaction, isn't it? So if you look at the indifference curve, I think the next chart I've given that. Okay. Yes. Then what's the next one? It's always sloping downwards. It is convex to the origin. It is two indifference curve cannot be tangent to each other. They need not be parallel to each other. Are you paying attention? They need not be parallel to each other. Originally, indifference curve was oval shaped or bangle shaped. But now we take only the convex portion because the concave portion indicates disutility. You remember these important properties and mark this as important segment for revision. Does not touch x and y axis. And if it touches x and y axis, if it touches x axis, it means y, the quantity is not defined, vice versa. Okay, so please note that this is how you are going to prepare for the examination. Right. Now let's go to the slide now. So MRS, you have to work out the MRS now. That is what I have given here. Yes. So graph based question in indifference curve analysis. Please, you have commodity X is bread, commodity Y is fruit. In the third column, in the fourth column here, you calculate MRS. Please write the MRS. So marginal rate of substitution is the amount of Y which a consumer will be willing to give for getting one more unit of X. MRS is technically defined as the number of units of Y which a consumer would sacrifice for one more unit of X. Is it going on? And here in a Y commodity is fruit, isn't it? Number of fruits which a consumer would sacrifice to get one additional slice of bread. Expected a question. So make this table as MRS. Okay. The fourth column is MRS. Are you all taking it down properly? Revision as a set should be there with you. Revision points as a set should be there. Very important. Finished? Okay. So tell me the answer for this column. Have you worked out or not? Yes? Okay. Column 4 is MRS, isn't it? What was the answer for the first one? First combination? It is? Yes, dash. Okay, nil. Second, for 1 unit, he gave up 4 units of Y commodity. Next one, from where to where? 8 to 5, isn't it? That is a decline. Then 1 is to 2. That is from 5 to 3, isn't it? From 3 to 2, it is 1 is to 1. So calculation of MRS. Okay, so please remember calculation of MRS. And along with that, my dear students, this particular diagram don't forget, because you have some similarity between producer's equilibrium and consumer's equilibrium. So here we are going to have good X and good Y because it is consumer's equilibrium. Okay, now look at my indifference curve. I'm going to draw 3 curves. This is IC1, IC2, IC3. Okay, IC1, IC2, IC3. Now please note this point that this is the equilibrium point. The point of tangency between budget line, my dear students, this line is your budget line. And this is IC denotes your indifference curve. The tangency of the budget line with the indifference curve denotes your equilibrium point. The tangency between these two is your, this is consumer's equilibrium. Now, what you have to understand is, what about IC3, IC1? In case they ask you why we have chosen E, because that is where the budget allows you to get whatever you want and satisfy your need. If it is high IC3, if I buy that, I'll be highly satisfied because E higher the indifference curve, higher the level of satisfaction. But what happens? Budget does not permit me. So this is impossible. Because IC3 satisfaction I cannot attain because my budget does not permit. I don't have money. I don't have resources. What will I do? Now, if you talk about this IC1, I can still buy more to get a higher level of satisfaction. So this is under what you call as underutilization or non-attainable, still yet to attain. So here there is underutilization of the money you have. You are not fully utilizing. So resource money not fully utilized, underutilization. So if I give more money, I can get IC2, which is greater than IC1 level of satisfaction. Remember, IC1 gives you lesser satisfaction than IC2, and IC2 gives lesser satisfaction than IC3. Okay, is that clear? And remember, how is an indifference curve drawn? Like this, isn't it? Roughly drawing. So connecting all this, you get an indifference curve. No, it's not touching the axis, remember. But what you have to notice, any point gives them the same level of satisfaction. So here, look at this. I can have x, x1, x2. Here I can have y, y1, y2. So it can be xy combination, x1, y1 combination, x2, y2 combination. Whatever be it, the consumer will be indifferent between A, B, C. Indifferent means he does not care whether it is going to be A combination, B combination or C combination, because all this gives him the same level of total satisfaction. Same level of total satisfaction. Okay. Remember, he is not indifferent. Sorry, he is indifferent between combinations on the same indifference curve. But with respect to IC1, IC2, IC3, he is not saying that I don't care. He does care. Higher the indifference curve, higher the level of satisfaction. If they are not, all three are not generating same level of satisfaction. Please note these 2 points very clearly. I will put 2 important points. Okay. And second point is between any points, any point, let it be A, let it be B, let it be C, on the same indifference curve, on the same IC curve, the consumer is indifferent. The consumer is indifferent. Are you clear, my dear students? Because why? On the same indifference curve, all these combinations gives them the same level of total satisfaction, because Note these 2 points so that you will be very clear when they ask you a twisted kind of a question. Okay, so this is between the indifference curves. This is between the points on an indifference curve. Are you clear? Are you clear with this segment? Okay. So next we are going to go to the which one previous? Huh? Oh, this one. Yes. Yes. Theory of cost. So we are beginning with cost analysis. Okay, look at this. Now, miss not points to address questions in this topic and few questions as examples. So, is there, okay? Now, different types of cost with examples and alternative name of the cost if given. So, when you prepare, see, prepare cost analysis in 2 parts. That is what I told you. First part will be a list of all costs. Replacement cost, historical cost, social cost, private cost, okay, all cost as such. Second one is with a graph, with a table, your TFC, TVC, TC, AFC, ABC, AC, so MC. Okay, so preparation should be in 2 segments. So that is how, as you prepare for the examination cost topic, I will give you the show you the questions. So cost analysis. What are the things you should know for the examination? Types of costs with alternative names. That is very important. For example, implicit cost is also known as imputed cost. Yes or no? Isn't it? So, accounting cost is also known as yes, explicit cost. So, types of costs, repeated question with their alternative names. With their alternate names, very important. So prepare the first segment like that, alternate names. And as a second segment, computations and graphs. So you have this, keep this as segment A and segment B. First, note the name of all types of costs, the meaning of the cost, and then as a second segment, when you have TVC, TFC, TC, AFC, ABC, ATC, MC, all this will come here, the graphs. Okay, so your preparation itself should be bifurcated into 2. Only then, see, some people when they start cost, this is what is happening. It's a big volume, no? So they when they finish somewhere here, they feel completed. It's not that. So you have 2 segments. In fact, that is how we even kept the test, I think, for you to understand that, no, that this segment cannot be compromised for this, vice versa. Okay, with a small introduction, let us look at this exercise. So take down these things, TC, MC and AC, okay, for the numerical example and graphical representation. Now fixed cost with variable cost with examples. Please study that part very, very carefully. They will give you an example and ask you to identify whether it is a fixed cost or the variable cost. I think noting down each one of these types of question, fixed cost versus variable cost with examples. In fact, I will show you the material after this topic is done, you will know. And long run and short run costs. Okay. Now look at the questions given, sample questions, and then we will do some more. Take down this, try whether you are able to answer these questions. Dash cost involves actual expenditure of funds on, say, wages, materials, rent, interest, accounting cost. Yes. Now here, the other name is outlay cost. So look at this mentioned here. It is outlay cost. Okay, that is also given there. Then, yes, go to the next one. Outlay cost. See, look at the options given. Opportunity, outlay, social cost, and none. Okay. Dash costs are those which have direct relationship with a component of operation, like manufacturing a product, organizing a process, or an activity. Sunk, traceable, non-traceable, replacement. Read it. Read and yes. Traceable. Were you able to identify the answer? Immediately he said, very good. So you can identify where the cost is spent. Okay. Go to the next one. Dash cost refers to cost incurred in the past on the acquisition of a product, historical cost. Okay. AFC is also known mathematically as, AFC is also known as mathematically. Repeated question. It's a repeated question. Yes, Prashant, can I help you? What is your doubt? Okay. AFC is also mathematically known as. Anybody knows? I have asked the alternative name. Okay. Which is a mathematical term. It's known as rectangular hyperbola. Okay. So please note, this is one repeated question. Mathematical term for it. Okay. Yes. Next one. Payment for raw materials comes under fixed or variable cost. Variable cost. Okay. Shortened cost curve is also known as, and LAC is known as. There is a name for SAC, there is a name for LAC. Which is envelope, which is some plant. Very good. Very good. SAC is plant curve and LAC is planning curve. Do you know the reason why it is called as a plant curve? Why LAC is called as a planning curve? Is it possible to give the reason? Yes, in a short run, very good answer. Plant and machinery is a fixed factor, right? So it is fixed. So an organization cannot expand its output by varying a plant. It has to operate with the same plant, whatever be the cost. Whereas planning curve is you have a choice. Okay, so that is why it's called as a planning curve. Yeah. Planning curve. Yes. Wait. planning curve. It is also known as envelope curve. SAC is planned, ma. LAC is planning curve or envelope curve? No. Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah. Now look at this next one. Cost incurred towards the salary of foreman will have a sudden jump if another foreman is appointed when the particular output crosses a particular limit. What is this cost? Read the question. Cost incurred towards the salary of the foreman will have a sudden jump if another foreman is appointed when the output crosses a particular limit. Yes, you're almost correct. Stair-step variable cost. See, do you remember a diagram like this? So the answer is stair-step. Yes, both of them identified. It is stair-step variable cost. Okay. Okay. Economic cost minus explicit cost. Now, economic cost is equal to explicit plus implicit or imputed everyone. When an entrepreneur uses his own resources, she should be treated. Yes, so I have explained to you what is the difference between economic cost and accounting cost. My dear students, tell me the difference between economic cost and accounting cost. Very good. Yes. Economic cost is explicit and implicit. Accounting is only implicit. Very good. Excellent preparation. So accounting cost is only. What is this here? What happened? Recording is going on. Okay. Note this point, okay? Very important. Now, who gave opportunity cost? Miser. Answer she has given. Immediately, she has given. Okay. Now, yes, give me your this one. So take down exercise 2 in cost, which you are going to do now. Exercise 2. Exercise 1, what you saw on the screen. Exercise 2. Please write the answers for this. Okay. First question. Okay. Oops. Please take down. Depreciation charges on fixed capital is an example of explicit cost, true or false. Okay. Example of explicit cost, true or false. Second one. Economic profit is equal to, take down these questions, you can write the answer later. Economic profit is equal to total revenue minus explicit costs. Total revenue minus explicit costs. Always like true or false only. Okay. Third one. If you work as a manager, in your business, if you work as a manager in your business, the salary you pay to yourself, is dash cost. Okay. If you work as a manager in your business, the salary you pay to yourself is dash cost. Okay. Again, dash costs are the inconveniences experienced to produce a commodity. The inconveniences, why you are not taking down? Are you taking down? Okay. Dash costs are the inconveniences experienced to produce a commodity. This cost is based on the fundamental fact that the means are scarce. This cost is based on the fundamental fact that means are scarce while the ends are unlimited. Next one, how many questions you have taken, ma'am? 5. 5 is enough. 2 more I will add. Okay. Insurance premium or insurance premium, I say premium. Insurance premium is an example of fixed cost. True or false? Property taxes is an example of fixed cost. True or false? Maintenance cost is an example of fixed cost. True or false? Okay. Yes. Do this exercise now. Okay, have you all done? Let's start. Yes, Shreya, read the first question.
Depreciation charges on fixed capital is an explicit cost to or false.
What is the answer I'll give? True. Okay, yes. Next one.
Economic cost is equal to total revenue minus explicit cost. True or false?
True or false? So what is the answer?
False. Total revenue
Minus
explicit cost
explicit and implicit cost, or total revenue minus economic cost. They will give you like that. Okay. Then third one. Please have you noted the correct answer? Okay, third one.
If you work as a manager in your own business, the salary that you pay to yourself is implicit
Is dash cost.
cost.
Implicit or imputed cost. See, you are working as a manager in your own business. Had you worked outside, you will get a salary, isn't it? Here, you have to pay this for yourself, is what economists say. Imputed or implicit cost. Third one.
Dash costs are the inconveniences experienced to produce a commodity.
Yes, what is that? Do you
Real
know?
cost.
Real cost. Instead of pain, strain, turmoil, they can give inconvenience. Subjective phenomenon. Real cost is a subjective phenomenon. Okay, so anything like that attribute they give, no, associated with real cost. Okay, next one.
This cost is based on the fundamental fact that means are scarce while the ends are unlimited.
Yes, you have any idea? Opportunity cost. The very basis of opportunity cost is when the resources are very scarce, when the means are very scarce, prioritize and devote the resources to the respective requirements. Okay.
Insurance premium is an example of fixed cost. True or false? True.
True. Insurance premium, example of fixed cost. Okay. Then
Property taxes is an example of fixed cost. True or false?
what's the answer?
True.
True. Okay. Then
Maintenance cost is an example of fixed cost. True or false? True.
true or false?
True. True.
True. Yes. So the answer for all the three is true. Okay. So please note, just for you to understand that fixed and variable cost with examples is must. Alternative names are must. Okay. That's very important. Okay. Now, my dear students, you have to know the relationship between the average cost and the marginal cost. This is one repeated question they are asking. So that is why I showed you this. So please remember, when AC is falling, what is happening? So MC will be less than AC. This equation itself they'll ask you. So it is very, very important when AC is falling, MC is less than AC. When AC is rising, MC is greater than AC. At point E, equilibrium point, MC will be equal to AC. So these three are fundamental points. Please note that point, very important. And for you, I have added another thing, relationship between total cost and marginal cost. So this is an expected twisted kind of a question. So it is not a graph based question, but a twisted question. So I would like you all to note this down. So what is happening to AC and MC relationship and total cost and marginal cost? This formula, you know, I think yesterday also we did total utility, marginal utility. No, I asked you something. TU, delta TU by delta Q. Yesterday what we did. Okay. So are you taking it down? These two things are very important. Please make a note of it and look at how your average cost curves are. Take down this. Next one, I added one question. Is my question be added? So I have added some more questions for you. Yes. So one of you can read, no? The two boxes. You will read, no?
Relationship between average and marginal cost. When AC is falling, MC is less than AC. When AC is rising, MC is more than AC. At point E, marginal cost is equal to average cost. Marginal cost is always to the left of AC and cuts the average cost from its lowest point.
Okay, in market structures also we saw this, right? Always how it will cut. Second one, read, ma.
Relationship between total and marginal cost. NCN is equal to TCN minus TCN minus 1.
So this can be also stated as delta TC by delta Q. Okay.
When marginal cost is diminishing, total cost increases at a diminishing
See, remember,
rate.
when MC is diminishing, even then total cost is increasing at a diminishing rate. Please note that point very clearly.
Total cost is increasing at an increasing rate when marginal cost is increasing. When marginal cost reaches its lowest point, total cost stops increasing at a diminishing rate.
Okay, see, that is when MC is increasing, total cost will be increasing at an increasing rate. When MC is diminishing, that time also total cost will be increasing but at a diminishing rate. When MC is 0, TC will be maximum. When MC is negative, TC will be declining. All these are well-known points. Okay, and here one thing which I told you under laws of production, if you noted, that marginal product or whatever that marginal is the rate of increase or rate of change of the total product. Yes, students, we are moving on. See, now under direct questions, please look at this. What should I be thorough with? Direct questions are different types of cost and alternative names, as we did now. Okay, direct questions. But intricate questions will be money, real, and opportunity cost. In fact, my dear students, opportunity cost, the reason for me giving you the diagram in your material is to know. If they ask you to identify the opportunity cost, you must be able to give. Do you remember hours of work and hours of leisure? Hours of study and hours of leisure. I think I gave you the diagram also. So in case they give you the diagram also, you must be able to locate it. So that is where I give this under intricate segment. There are several names for money cost. See what she said, accounting cost, outlay cost, all mean one and the same, right? So you should be very careful. And comparisons frequently asked is accounting versus economic cost. Now I ask you a question. What is the difference between marginal and incremental cost? Tell me the difference. Explicit and implicit, you know, isn't it? Accounting and economic, you know, isn't it? The comparison cost, comparison based cost, are you noting it down? In direct questions, you will get different types of cost and they will give the meaning of the cost. You have to identify. For example, if I say dash cost cannot be recovered, what is the name of that cost? Dash cost cannot, sunk cost. Okay. So alternative names also you found out, imputed, implicit, etc. Now intricate questions will be money cost, real cost, and opportunity cost, where they will be giving you different examples to identify them. Like for real cost, now we saw inconvenience. Did you see that? Instead of pain, strain, trouble, and turmoil, we use the term inconvenience. So like that, if they give you a subjective attribute, you must be able to identify. Now in comparisons, three main comparisons: accounting versus economic, marginal versus incremental, explicit versus implicit. Now accounting versus economic cost, what is the difference? In economic cost, we will calculate entrepreneur's own contribution for his business, isn't it? From his own resources, he is contributing, that we take. And that is how we define explicit and implicit also. Now, what is the difference between marginal cost and incremental cost? How would you put it? Okay, change by business ideas. Okay, okay, okay. Is what? Yes, very good. So what is marginal cost? Marginal cost is an addition made to the total cost by producing one more unit of a commodity. That definition is very clear. Marginal cost is an addition made to the total cost by producing one extra unit of a commodity. But in incremental cost, there is a rise in the total cost because of what? A decision taken by the management. A decision which has an impact on the cost. That is incremental cost. Is that clear, my dear students? So know that subtle difference is very important. Then table, graph based and calculation type questions are very important. and regarding the shape of the various curves. Okay, that is very, which is U-shaped, L-shaped, all those things. I have a question paper here for you with that. And as I told you, fixed cost and variable cost with examples, plant and planning curve with examples. What is that? Is SAC, LAC, plant and planning. I think for this I have given a diagram also. You remember short term SAC diagram and LAC diagram? Do you remember that? Yes. Does anybody remember this type of diagram? Yes, you remember. So here, very good. So what is this SAC1, SAC2? Cost of operating on a particular plant, on a given plant, plant 1, plant 2, etc. So you must be remembering this kind of a diagram. This is the plant curve. Yes. Okay. Because see, remember, in the short run, what you cannot do, you cannot offer to go for the second plant. You get stuck to a particular plant. Okay. And remember this point very much. The difference between fixed and variable factor exists only in the short run. In the long run, all factors are variable. Are you clear? Very important point from the examination point of view. The distinction between the fixed and variable factors stays only in the short run. In the long run, all factors are variable. Okay, remember that point also. Now, how is your LAC? If you can recollect your LAC. What is that continuous? Can you tell me? Yes. A family of SACs. And joining all this, yes. Yes, very good. LACs, envelopes a family of SACs. Okay. Do you remember these types of diagrams and all? Yes, what we did in the class? Yes, very good. Cost and output. So this is planning curve. Okay. See, noted, my dear students. Expected question, plant curve versus planning curve. Direct, don't miss that. Second thing is, in the long run, all the factors are variable. Okay, note it thoroughly. Yes. Yeah, so you are going to revise this again, a couple of questions for you. So check your learning by answering the following. Please do it. Set of questions. Please write the answer. Explicit cost is implicit cost. Remember, this is a true or false exercise. Being a revision, you should not have any laziness to address or attend the questions. How to compute accounting profit? Give the formula how you compute it. Can variable cost be semi in nature? Real cost is also known as weighting cost. Social cost includes private cost. There is a component known as semi-variable cost. Opportunity cost was given by Marshall. Change in total cost by change in quantity is marginal cost. SAC is known as planning curve. MC is U-shaped. LAC is L-shaped when technology is assumed to be constant. Yeah, you can say yes or no. Please do this exercise now. Attempt all the questions. Yes, yes. Do all the questions. Try out. See whether you can recollect. See, G class exercises before the examination as a part of revision will help you to remember these points during the examination. Okay. Look at the interest of this boy. And he will go to London. Yes, he wanted to underline and pencil, pen. For a revision, this is his commitment. So bless you boy to get rank. Very high score in business economics and show some commitment in writing. Practice. Handwritten always fetches more marks. See, my dear students, day 2, business economics, name of the topic. Why some people are showing commitment and others are not. Even if the what you do for the previous day. Repeat it. Because some students should not repeat it. Yes, how can we go to now? Okay, now, okay, so what you will not write? Notes have to be maintained because some people only they are asking them to be more meticulous, expecting that they are committed people, they will do very well the examination. Okay, yeah. Yes. Have you done? So shall we release the answer key? Or can I put it on the same page? What is happening here? See, look at this. I think. So look at the answer key now. What's the first question, Shreya? Read the first question. Okay, anybody has written the question? Yes, the answer is false. Did you all write false? Why? Implicit and explicit. Good. Second one, formula for calculating. Did you write like that? TR minus explicit plus implicit or TR minus economic cost. Okay. Counting, huh? It's not economic. Which means we have to. Yes. Third question.
Yes, semi-variable cost.
Yes. Yes, semi-variable in nature, isn't it? Then what is the semi-variable cost then? How is that done? How is it calculated? Semi-variable cost. What is that semi-variable cost? Why do we say semi? There is a fixed element of it plus user charge which comes under variable. Isn't it? Fixed component plus a user-based charge which comes under variable component. Good. What is the next question? Yes, real cost is also known as waiting cost. True or false? Yes, it is known as waiting cost. Okay. Yes. Opportunity cost. I think you all know by now. It's not Marshall. It is Weiser. Okay. What is the next question? Change in the delta TC by delta Q is MC. Yes. Isn't it? Formula is correct only. If it is TC by Q, what is that? If it is average cost. If it is not delta TC by delta Q, instead it is TC by Q, it is average cost. Remember that. Okay. Next one. What was the question, ma? SAC is a planning curve. False. Because it is a plant curve. We just saw even diagrammatically. Okay. What is the next question? MC is U-shaped, yes or no? Yes, very much U-shaped. Okay. Next one. Is it L-shaped when technology is assumed to be constant? No. It is flattened U, envelope or boat-shaped when it is constant. But when technology is taken into consideration, it is L-shaped. Okay. So that, is it?
There is a component of semi-variable.
Okay, this one. Social cost includes private cost? Yes or no? True? True or false? It includes, isn't it? Private cost plus externality will give you social cost. Okay. What is the other component left out now? So this point, please. Yeah.
It's a component known as semi-variable cost.
Yes, isn't it? We saw that only. What is semi we discussed. I think that one. Now for this point, please note it. L-shaped when technological advancements are taken into account. When technological advancements are taken into account. Please note it. Technological advancement. If technology is constant, then LAC is boat shaped. They can give you any of the following: boat shaped, flattened U. These are all concrete names. Flattened U. It can also be seen as an envelope because it's an envelope of short run average cost curves. Okay, it's an envelope or it embraces a family of short run average cost curves. So this is the additional point I want you to know in this segment. Please note it. Have you noted? Yes. Okay. Now in this, identify the market forms. We have gone into revenue. Now two curves are there. Please note the first one is graph A and second one is graph B. Please mention the name of the market forms of graph A, graph B. So what is that we want to know here? This exercise is in revenue. Please tell me the market forms. G class exercise. You have to answer for graph A, graph B. Graph A, graph B. Okay. Look at the graph again for your understanding. I'm showing you the graph. Have you done? Identify the market forms from the given revenue curves. Anybody has given the answer? Then I will release. Okay, what is graph A? Why do you say monopolistic, yeah? Why did you say this? Hmm. Okay, okay. Come again. Oh, so graph A la steep இல்லையா? Graph A இல்ல. Okay. Graph B steep இருக்கா? அப்போ என்ன? This boy is brilliant and let's discuss this. Yes, what he says is absolutely true. This flatter AR curve means elastic demand curve. In case of monopolistic competition, there are multiple brands. If the price of a commodity goes up, a particular company or brand price goes up, the consumer has options to switch over. That is why this curve, see that what he said, no, steep and not steep. This, it's a very important question they're asking, flatter. This denotes, flatter AR denotes elasticity, elastic in nature. Now here, I need not say why it will be steep. A steeper one, a steeper curve denotes inelastic situation. See, in monopoly, single seller market by definition and in principle. So if the monopolist is going to charge a high price, do I have anybody else to switch over? Do I have? Yes or no? In case of a monopolist, please tell me, if there is a monopoly market, single seller market, if he is increasing the price, do you have an option to go elsewhere? No. So it is inelastic. Yes, Bharat, something is getting into your head? Are you finding it tough to understand? This one question, please note it. Don't do rote learning. That's why I'm asking you the reason. I'm asking you the reason. Can you follow? So this is flatter, steeper. What he said is perfectly correct answer. So you're identifying the market. See, once I remember when this type of question was asked, a student was thoroughly, she didn't expect that they will ask to identify a market structure from revenue curve. So that is why I'm giving you this. Okay, supposing I am adding one more here. Identify the market structure from the revenue curve. Will you not identify this market form? Can you not identify this market form? Which market form? Identifying the market form for revenue curve. Please mark it as important for revision. Identifying the market form from the revenue curve. So you can calculate TR, AR, MR, etc. That exercise we can do. But what is that which we also have to note? This is exam tip. Please note it, exam tip. Identify this market. This is the third question. Graph. I will add it as graph C. Anybody knows? Somebody wants to say something, but I'm not able to hear. Among the market forms, perfect competition. Very good. So, identifying the market form from the revenue curve is also going to be a part of the study. Okay, for your exam revision. Is that clear? So, do you understand? So, this is what? This implies, you remember homogeneous product and uniform price. So, look at this, how it is. Perfectly elastic, no? A perfectly elastic demand curve will be like this. Do you remember that? Horizontal line parallel to the x-axis. So, analysis or identification of the market form from revenue curves is also a question meant for revision in the examination. Okay? At 9 o'clock, I'll give you the break. What do you see? Are you okay? Graph you want to see? Yeah. See, identifying the market form from the graph, which is revenue curve. Please draw even the perfect competition graph. Okay, have you finished that part? Then I go to the next one. Now look at what is written there. Theory of revenue seems to be a very small topic. It may not look like important, but that is a wrong notion because cost and revenue are prelude topics to market structures. Do you understand that? They are prelude topics. Now again a set of questions on cost and but before that, please take down what I am giving you for computation of revenue. Please take down this. You have to calculate this. Make a table. Okay. So, first column output. take down the first column as output and take from 0 to 5. Write down 0 to 5. 0 to 5. Next column, AR. Okay. First one is dash. The second one is the second number. Second is output 2. For 0, it is dash. For 1, it is 10. Okay. For 2, it is a question mark. For 2 is a question mark. For 3, it is 8. For 4, it is a question mark. For 5, it is 6. Okay. Next column, TR. First column, nil or 0, whatever you want, you can put it. And against 1, it is 10. Okay. And the rest you are going to calculate. Okay. Rest you are going to calculate. Rest you are going to calculate. You can infer and do. Okay. TR calculate. And for MR column, next column is MR. First one is dash. Then 1. For 1, it is, you have question mark, you have to fill up. For 2, it is 8. For 3, it is question mark. For 4, it is 4. For 5, it is 2. Did you all get? Have you taken down proper? Same question. AR, TR, MR, 3 columns. Have you all taken down? Have you taken down? No, I want to follow this. Okay, once again, confirmation. This one is actually. You filled in. Which you filled in? You filled in. Now please look at, see the table whether you have taken down correctly. Output column 0 to 5. Okay, AR column first is dash. That is for 1. For 1 against 1 it is 10. For 2 it is question mark. For 3 it is 8. For 4 it is question mark. For 5 it is 6. Then TR, first one dash, second 10, rest you calculate. And for MR, first one is dash, second one also dash, third one is 8, fourth one is again question mark, fifth is 4, and sixth is 2. I mean 5, 6 means what? 0 to 5, 0 to 5 in that order. Did you note it? First one is question mark. MR. So 0 to 5 is first column, second column dash, 10, question mark, 8, question mark, 6. TR column dash, 10, all are question marks. Then MR, question mark, 8, question mark, 4, 2. Okay. Good. Now finish. Is it? Calculate one sample in revenue we will do. Very good. Yes, Bharadwaj, are you struggling to complete that? All of you have done? Shall we release the answer? Okay. So the answers are first column 1, 0 to 5 is there. Second one, first is dash 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay. In TR, it is 0, 10, check it, 18, 24, 28, 30. Okay. And MRS dash 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Yes? Okay. So remember TR, you can also have TR as AR into Q. Isn't it? That formula you remember? You know the formulas? You know the formulas? Are you thorough with the formulas? Actually, TR we say as summation MR, isn't it? Sorry. TR you will say as, yeah, summation MR. MR is equal to delta TR by delta Q. And here AR is equal to, you know how AR is calculated? TR by Q. Okay, so TR can also be AR into Q. This one. Okay, this part, just this holds same for cost also. Cost, product, production, marginal cost, marginal product, marginal revenue. So cost, revenue, product. Yes, noted. Okay. Any doubts you have? You want this? What Deepak, tell me. He wants 9 to 9:30. 9:30 to 10. Is it like that? Okay. This much understood. So yeah, we can halt here, no problem. You can go for your breakfast. I can allow you. What do you want? Huh? Graph diagram. You want to see the graph? This one. Okay, so we can. When are you going to be back?